Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Teacher required to do some teaching. Thank you. Students are reminded to find themselves.
I'm DJ Shorts, the host giving you the most on Campus Radio. It's been too long, and I've been dying to play this next song. See if you notice what they do on the 9th bar in the 2nd verse. Oh, it's really something. We'll be back after this.
Announcement. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means. Unattended students in need of teaching. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
Who even goes to the student union? When I want a milkshake, I don't want a pint of Milkmaid. It's so artificial. I just can't take it anymore. I'd much rather go a little off the beaten path and try something local. And preferably very lumpy. Anything from the stomach churner dairy and Smogley is sure to be nice and separated. Now that's a milkshake.
Plagiarism is not a belief system. Students are reminded to set reminders. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. Teacher required to do some teaching. Thank you.
And now, a segment about a student taking an exam. Bertie had been up all night preparing for an important test. He'd done the revision, he'd set his alarms, but then, some hours later, disaster struck. It was as he finished his paper that he realised he hadn't been using a pen. He thought he was dotting I's and crossing T's, but sadly, he was just making gestures with his hand over a piece of paper. It's a nightmare for so many of us, but today it was Bertie's reality.
Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. The more you revise, the longer you've been revising. Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Unattended students in need of teaching.
Hi, I'm Jumbo McNally, and at Jumbo University, every instructor is handpicked by someone that was handpicked by someone that I handpicked. That's the Jumbo Touch. Jumbo University, be your biggest self.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry.
You've been waiting for this, and now you have. I'm finally going to talk about the Boogie Nights. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you that I was actually in on the group of Funky Nights very, very early. And I thought they were a real bright spot in the county's music scene. But I must say, I'm just not enjoying them as much these days. I mean, really, I know I like them, but they just shouldn't be this popular. Another perfectly excellent obscure band ruined by too many fans. It's just selfish. It really is.
Staff are reminded to care about students. Unattended students in need of teaching. There's a fly in here. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. Students are reminded that this is the fun part. If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed.
I hope you've taken your medication because it's time for the Harrison Wolf Show here on 2 Point Radio. And it's gonna be a wild ride. It's me, Harrison Wolf, the voice of freedom screaming into a thankless night. It's gonna be a huge show today, so I'm gonna eat a big old sandwich. Let's power up and power on.
Distracted students should pretend that they're listening. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Staff are reminded to be inspirational.
Did you see that Bungle launched another rocket into space the other day? I'm sure they'll tell you that it's important work, but what I want to know is why don't they try something a little funkier? I mean, how many times do we have to do the same old bunch of astronaut things? Why not send up a load of sandwiches?
or a robot, or that angry badger that lives in my garden. Because it doesn't fit with their agenda. That's why.
Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid.
I've forgotten what this segment was going to be about. Do you ever just forget what you were going to say? Thoughts are like frogs, and sometimes they just hop away, but they know what they're doing. If I still knew, we'd never have had this moment. It feels right. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Here's a song.
New to the Crumley student range. Fish in a box. We at Crumley have been serving fish to 2 Point County for over 10 years. It's a proud tradition, and now it's a tradition in a box. Easy to cook. Wow. Tasty to eat. Wow. You're not sure what it is, but it's definitely in a box. Just like Mama used to make.
Janitor is needed to collect litter. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement. Students are reminded that you came here on purpose.
Harrison Wolf bringing you unfiltered content on 2 Point Radio. I don't have an editor on my show. Why? Because editors can change what you say. They can make me say, "Hey everyone, come to my house and take my petunias." But I'd never say that outside of this specific example. It's gotta be natural, man. Give me juice with the pulp in. Give me cheese with the wax on. This is Radio Au Naturel. It's al fresco. It's al dente. Oh yeah.
Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on.
I was watching some of that cheesy Gubbins show the other day. You know, the cheesy goblins? Man, was I confused. What's their deal? Do they grow the Gubbins? Are they trying to find them or mine them or something? I'd tell you, kids must be pretty smart these days to follow such a complex show. Tip of the hat to any kids listening along.
Students are asked not to ask questions. Education is non-refundable. Timetable has now been published. Schedule your lives accordingly. Now taking students for gastronomy. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure.
Some expressions are more than a little strange, like getting up on the wrong side of the bed. What are you talking about? If you're having a lousy day, there's no need to vilify half of your mattress, my man. Jeez, just have a bagel or something. There's enough negativity in the world.
Hard work may or may not pay off. Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum.
It's the end of today's show. But don't worry, every ending is the opportunity for you to, go and do something else. When life flushes a toilet, it starts showing a cool movie at that theater downtown. So have a good one, my friends. See you next time.
The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Janitor required in bathroom. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Today I balance two hats jauntily on my one singular head. My regular disc jockeying hat is joined by my occasional chef hat. Yes, I'll be taking you all over 2 Point County as I recount my latest culinary travels when I set out to find the finest foods our great county has to offer. Just a hungry man and his hatchback. It's a tale as old as time.
Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you.
The culinary world is a lot like the real world. There are places, there are smells, there's a chance you'll get lost. After a series of wrong turns, now 60 miles off course, I was treated to the first food of my trip. A wondering puffed pastry and something I believe to be meat. The buttery sausage-style matter mingled playfully with hints of pine from my air freshener. It was unexpected, it was dangerous, it was cold in the middle.
The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me.
If you ask me, Hogsport boasts the finest milkshakes in 2 Point County. At the Oily Cormorant, they'll serve you a traditional malt in an old leather boot and throw in a salt and vinegar egg. You just cannot beat it. Milkshakes are a great tradition. They're in our blood. In fact, I once received medical attention after enjoying a few dozen shakes and was told that my blood was over 60% ice cream. How we laughed.
Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. Staff are reminded to be inspirational. Doctor, return to the hospital. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jumbo McNally, and at Jumbo University, every instructor is handpicked by someone that was handpicked by someone that I handpicked. That's the Jumbo Touch. Jumbo University, be your biggest self.
Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. I'm a huge fan of Yeti cuisine. Yes, our neighbors to the north really know their way around a kitchen. From stews and pickles to 5-tiered sandwiches and, of course, their pies. Cold Hands make the boldest pastry, after all, and it is freezing up there. You really must try it. It's the food of the people, and those people are Yetis.
Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. We are approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry.
I was famished when I arrived at the Royal Tumble Hotel, so much so that I took advantage of my kitchenette and feasted greedily on some toast. When I returned from a walk, I was stunned to find that all Crumbridge had been decrumbled. The bed was made and the toilet spotless. Every sign of life had been washed away. You've got to ask yourself, had I really been staying here? Indeed, do I exist at all? Lovely stuff.
Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. Year is now over. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid.
This trip was all about regional delights and cultural differences. One man's casual vol-au-vent is another's world-shattering epiphany. The people of Smogly have been crusting and dusting their fish for as long as anyone can remember. But at the recently opened What's the Batter, they use a unique cheesy gubbin crumb. Ho 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 ho! I can safely say that it was the cheesiest fish this DJ had ever eaten. That's a winner.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement.
I hope you enjoyed today's show as much as I enjoyed my trip around this wonderful, mysterious county of ours. But for now, all of this talk about food has made me hungry. So I'm off to the fridge to take out the first thing I find and cover it in mayonnaise. Until next time, I've been Ricky Hawthorne. Cheers!
Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Plagiarism is not a belief system. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. where your class is it really worth going? The timetable has now been published. Schedule your lives accordingly. Students should check in before trying to learn.
Welcome in to Campus Radio. Today's show is brought to you by the Orb Foundation. Sign up at your campus today. The Orb is the perfect shape and the perfect solution. Please read anything they make you sign, okay? Okay.
Students are reminded that some grades are personal. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine. Students are reminded to be in two places at once.
Words are long, and writing them down can waste precious study time. But what's the alternative? Over to you, Maggie. Yes, I've devised my own method of shorthand that saves me so much time. It really enables me to pay attention during lectures and make notes at the same time. I mean, sometimes it is really quite hard to tell what I've written, and that can waste some time and be a bit, distressing. So, if anyone does know how to take real shorthand, could you let me know? Please.
Announcement. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means. Studies are expensive, and education is priceless. Students are asked not to ask questions.
And now, over to Wanda, who'll be talking about posters. Apparently. Yes, today we're talking posters. Specifically, what your posters say about you. A Jasmine Odyssey poster tells me that you're a kind spirit with a nice smelling face. A poster of a car tells me that you just love mechanical things like carburetors, exhaust pipes, and cup holders. And a Cheesy Gubbins poster tells me that you're very, very hungry.
Janitor required in bathroom. Distracted students should pretend that they're listening.
New to the Crumley Student range, Chicken Stompers. Take the smoothest natural chicken matter from Crumley Farms boneless chickens. Add our secret seasoning and a touch of traditional stabilizing agent and stamp. You've got Crumley's Chicken Stompers. Breaded for palatability, they really could be anything. Just like Mama used to make.
Students are reminded to find themselves. Skills are not transferable. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives.
Thanks again to the Orb Foundation for sponsoring today's show and sending us those strange biscuits. I'm not sure if we'll be doing this again, but like the biscuits, it was fun while it lasted. Sort of.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? Staff are reminded to care about students. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. Students are reminded to set reminders. Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink.
It's the Harrison Wolf Show, baby. All right. This is Harrison Wolf bringing you the Harrison Wolf Power Hour. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about colleges lately. Lots of study here, learn so-and-so, qualification this and qualification that. But let me tell you something they don't want you to know. It's a scam. All of it.
Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. There's a fly in here. Students are reminded that this is the fun part. End of year is approaching. It's too late to start trying.
We've all been quizzed at school, but what really happens during a test? You get a question, you write down your answer, and then some bozo tells you that you're wrong. But who's to say they're right? What's so great about their answers? If we've all got the same answers, then what's the point of there being so many of us, huh? I tell you, it's a crime that they make kids take their tests. Not a real criminal kind of crime, of course, but it's majorly uncool, and that's the kind of crime.
needed in Sweet Kitchen. The academic year is now over. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. Staff are reminded to care about students.
I shouldn't have to tell you, but if Jumbo McNally's getting involved in something, you know it's bad. Jumbo University? Huh, what a racket. You can teach Mr. McNally a lesson by signing my petition to have him fired into space.
Announcement. Hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means. Students are reminded to set reminders. is cold because the oven wasn't on.
At Bungle, we know what young people want in a motor vehicle. Independence. Fun. Wheels. Beaver from Bungle. The car that puts the E in freedom.
If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Staff are reminded to be inspirational.
You ever thought about why they're so keen to teach us to read? Think about it. So we can read what they write. Well, it makes so much sense when you think about it. It's just another way for them to control us. That's why I only trust the Daily Disorder for my news. They take the regular news and turn every word into an anagram, breaking down the code. You can't understand a thing. It's perfect.
The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. New students should make a good first impression. No pressure. demonstrator is reminded to stay hydrated. If you don't know where your class is it really worth going?
You think I got into radio because of some fancy piece of paper? No, sir. Radio is pure jazz, man. It's alive and unpredictable. You can't just learn it. Sure, you could pay some big shot to tell you which buttons to press and when, and that's fine. But that's not radio. Not really. Here's another previously scheduled song that I didn't choose.
Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Students are reminded that this is the fun part. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time.
Here's a question from Kevin in Flottering. Hey Harrison, what was your favorite project in school? Well, it's a good question, and you gotta remember, just because education is a scam doesn't mean all those teachers are bad people. So, to answer your question, I used to like making the little volcano. It's pretty trippy to learn that volcanoes are full of vinegar, right? But how do we collect it safely? I don't know, but that's what they ought to be teaching us, man.
Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension.
I never went to college. At least, I don't remember going to college. Anyway, I turned out just fine. Join me at the same time tomorrow, when the day sun goes bye-bye and the spooky white beach ball casts down its dark favor on us all. Good night.
There's a fly in here.